Welcome to Aurum Aesthetics, where we explore timeless design elements that bring elegance to your living spaces. Today, we'll delve into the fascinating world of Victorian bedroom design. Before we begin this journey through history and style, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's step back in time and discover the rich details of Victorian bedroom aesthetics. The color palette of Victorian bedrooms reflects the era's love for dramatic and sophisticated hues. Deep burgundy represents royalty and luxury, while rich navy blue evokes a sense of calm and nobility. Forest green brings nature's elegance indoors, creating a connection to Victorians' love of natural elements. These colors were often used in combination, creating a layered effect that added depth and character to the space. The darker tones were typically balanced with lighter accents to prevent the room from feeling too heavy or oppressive. Four-poster beds were the crown jewels of Victorian bedrooms, commanding attention with their impressive stature and intricate detailing. These masterpieces often reached nearly to the ceiling, featuring carved posts and elaborate headboards adorned with scrollwork, floral motifs, and geometric patterns. The headboards themselves told stories through their design, incorporating elements from Gothic architecture and Renaissance art. The bed's presence was further enhanced by luxurious fabric canopies and draped curtains that could be drawn for privacy and warmth. Window treatments in Victorian bedrooms were never simple affairs. Multiple layers of fabric cascaded from ornate cornices, often started with sheers closest a window, followed by intermediate curtains, and finally, heavy outer drapes. These textiles were adorned with elaborate trimmings. Tassels swayed gently at the edges, while bullion fringe added weight and sophistication to the hemlines. The drapes themselves were often made from sumptuous materials like velvet or silk, gathered and pleated to create dramatic folds. Victorian wallpapers were works of art in their own right, featuring intricate patterns that could captivate the eye for hours. Damask patterns created a sense of sophistication with their repeating motifs, while floral designs brought the garden indoors with stylized blooms and vines. These patterns were often rendered in monochromatic schemes, or with subtle color variations that added depth without overwhelming the space. The quality of these wallpapers was exceptional, with many being hand printed using traditional techniques. The architectural details of Victorian bedrooms showcase the period's appreciation for classical elements. Crown molding wrapped around the room like a ribbon, often featuring multiple layers of detailed trim work. Ceiling medallions served as anchor points for chandeliers, their intricate patterns radiating outward like frozen flowers. These architectural embellishments were carefully proportioned to the room's size and height, creating a harmonious relationship between all elements. The interplay between curved and straight lines was a hallmark of Victorian design philosophy. Furniture pieces often combined both elements. Straight, rigid posts would flow into gracefully curved arms or backs. This design principle extended architectural features as well, where straight cornices might be complemented by curved archways or rounded window tops. The balance between these opposing elements created visual interest and prevented the space from feeling too rigid or too frivolous. Dark wood furniture pieces were essential components of Victorian bedroom design. Mahogany, walnut, and rosewood were favored for their rich color and ability to showcase intricate carving. Each piece was typically adorned with detailed scrollwork, carved flowers, or geometric patterns. The craftsmanship was exceptional, with dovetailed joints and hand-carved elements demonstrating the furniture maker's skill. These pieces were built to last generations and often became cherished family heirlooms. The floor coverings in Victorian bedrooms were chosen with the same attention to detail as every other element. Large area rugs featured intricate patterns inspired by Persian and Turkish designs, often incorporating florals, medallions, and borders. These carpets were typically placed over hardwood floors, with their colors carefully selected to complement the room's overall color scheme. The patterns were complex but balanced, creating a foundation that anchored the space without competing with other decorative elements. Mirrors played a crucial role in Victorian bedroom design, serving both functional and decorative purposes. Large mirrors with ornate golden frames reflected light and created the illusion of more space. These frames were often works of art themselves, featuring carved details, gilded flourishes, and architectural elements that complemented the room's other decorative features. The placement of mirrors was carefully considered to maximize both their practical use and their aesthetic impact. Tufted upholstery added texture and sophistication to Victorian bedroom furniture. Button tufted headboards, chairs, and chaise lounges featured deep diamond patterns that created visual and tactile interest. This upholstery technique required exceptional skill to execute properly, with each button precisely placed to create uniform patterns. The tufting not only added comfort, but also created shadows and highlights that added depth to the furniture pieces. The Victorian era embraced pattern mixing with remarkable sophistication. Different textile patterns were carefully layered throughout the space. Florals might be combined with stripes, while geometric patterns complemented damask designs. The key to successful pattern mixing lay in varying the scale of the patterns and maintaining a consistent color palette. This layering of patterns created visual richness and depth that characterized the Victorian aesthetic. Furniture arrangement in Victorian bedrooms followed strict principles of symmetry and balance. Matching pieces were placed on either side of the bed, while larger pieces were positioned to create a sense of harmony and order. This formal arrangement reflected the Victorian values of propriety and organization. The placement of each piece was carefully considered to maintain proper circulation, while creating distinct zones for different activities within the room. The trim work around doors and windows served as picture frames for these architectural features. Multiple layers of molding created shadow lines and depth, while corner blocks featured rosettes or other decorative elements. This attention to detail transformed simple openings into elegant design statements. The trim work was proportioned to room scale and often painted in contrasting colors to highlight its architectural significance. As we've explored these essential elements of Victorian bedroom design, we can appreciate the attention to detail and craftsmanship that define this elegant era. These design principles continue to influence modern interpretations of luxury bedroom spaces. If you've enjoyed this journey through Victorian design, don't forget to subscribe to Orem Aesthetics for more architectural and design content. Hit that like button and share your thoughts about Victorian design in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring the beauty of historical design.